All right, how music got ruined in the 2000s. Yo, Billy Research, a few months ago you talked about a video of Rick Beato. Beato? He had that video about drums and how they were edited to be perfect, and most songs are recorded with the click track while highlighting the genius of Bonham's drumming. Yeah, it was a great video. Anyways, he just put out a video and talks about producing music in the 2000s, how A&R guys would sign anyone with a decent lead singer, paying less attention to the band. He talks about how he played on a lot of tracks when a band member couldn't. Thinking back, I hadn't realized how bad those bands were. Lots of new metal, as the genre was called. He's got a great channel and educates on music a lot. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. But as far as my understanding, there's a lot of people, especially in pop music. There was that whole group of musicians out here. They did a documentary on it, The Wrecking Crew. And I particularly remember the woman that played bass. And she just 200 number one hits or something she played on, something fucking insane. And they would come up and they would have basically these chord progressions. And then these studio musicians would fix them. And they didn't get any songwriting credit, of course, because I could tell by the houses that they lived in when they were sitting there, telling their stories. They all had very modest fucking houses. And whenever you go to the fucking, the executive of the record label, he's got the infinity pool in the background, the Botox wife. I saw somebody the other day in the grocery store with the whole Botox face, and it's literally it looks like my passport picture, which I should show you guys. I have when they took the picture, the shine off of my head ended up fucking with my passport picture where it looks like there's a chunk of my head missing. And I got to take it to the city hall and just be this is okay? I'm going to travel to do stand-up in God knows where, some other country. I'm going to give them this and they're going to be all right with this. And then I got this passport ID and where they just hyper zoomed in on my face where you can see basically from my eyebrows down to just below my bottom lip and you can't see the rest of my head. I'm this looks like it doesn't even fit. I was going to go over there. I just don't have the time. Well, you know what happened? The pandemic happened. So anyway, let's plow ahead. Speaking of drums and that shit, I actually sat down yesterday, the first time since my wonderful son was born, and I played a little bit of drums, and it was the first time I just sat down and played and wasn't trying to do that Bonham lick or whatever the fuck I was trying to figure out. It was the best I played since the pandemic started, and I was I'm going to learn how to do this and this, and it was the most fun I had. I came out of my little drum room just fucking t-shirt soaking wet. I had a fucking blast. And my bass drum foot was faster than it ever been because I just completely didn't give a fuck. And I was just playing along to fucking everything. And then I always, when I do try to get back at warming up, trying to get back into shape, I always end up going to Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. I play the whole first side. And every time I listen to it, I hear another little thing that Steven Adler did. A little hi-hat, quick little bark thing, or something that he'll do on the ride cymbal, on the bell. Just another little tasty thing that he did. Or maybe understand his drums within the whole composition of the song more. And why? How did he come up with that part? He's just a fucking genius, man. Anyways, Deep Cuts. This is one of my favorite things that we've ever done here on the podcast. And I've been looking up all these songs. These have been great suggestions here. All right. Hey, oh, Billy B-side. Wanted to let you know about these awesome but not often talked about tracks in case you don't really know of them. I'm sure I don't. There's so much great music out there. There's no way to know all of it, obviously. All right. Black Sabbath, Johnny Blade. Was this when Ronnie James was in the band? This song is from their last album with Ozzy. All right, there's the answer. In 1978, and never gets the attention it deserves. I already like the name of it. It begins with a long-winded synth intro, but then Bill Ward starts rolling along with a riff on his snare. Ozzy comes in and starts singing about a knife-wielding character that could have been in a Scorsese movie. They go through 2 choruses before they break it down at 2:28 into one of the best and heaviest riffs Tony Iommi ever wrote. And Bill Ward plays a huge Bonham-esque beat to it. If you put this part on during a circus, the elephants would start stomping the shit to pieces. The song picks up tempo again, and the last minute and a half is an epic guitar solo that Tony Iommi takes all over the place. All right, I'm in on that. Genesis, Behind the Lines. When Genesis was still straddling the line between prog and pop, they put out the Duke album in 1980. This song starts it off, Behind the Lines. And right out of the gate, it's a showcase of how amazing of a drummer Phil Collins is. Oh, he's one of the greatest drummers ever. Doesn't get the credit because people look at him like a frontman. The drums have a huge, clear sound, and they drive the song along with the prominent synth riff in the forefront. If you pay close attention, you hear Phil doing some really interesting one-handed fills on the toms while he's working the ride. And as always, he's throwing in accents and things nobody else would have ever thought to do that show why he's one of the greatest drummers of all time. It's incredibly fun to play along to. I think I'm going to go right to fucking iTunes here and download this shit. Lastly but not leastly, yes, Going for the One. I wouldn't know where to begin describing what kind of music this song is, but it's so amazing. Maybe prog rock honky tonk? I'm not going to lie to you, that sounds horrific, but I'll listen to it. I've never heard anything like it. Every instrument is played to such a high level of skill, but not in a look at me shred 1,000 notes kind of way. Guitarist Steve Howe takes his pedal steel, for steel pedal, I think is what you meant to say, for a crazy ride, while bassist Chris Squire sounds like he's going up and down stairs with his note. It sounds like literally a music critic wrote this. Alan White on the drums is driving the whole thing, and Rick Wakeman's synths and piano add so much on top of it all. John Anderson's high, nutless voice is an acquired taste, but he sings so powerfully and chooses such cool melodies they'll win you over. The song builds with intensity until it's almost too much, but then suddenly it breaks open with goosebump-inducing keychain as they sing love over and over again. But it's like you were on a rocket blasting through space and suddenly burst through a stormy atmosphere to arrive at a utopian planet. Well worth the ride. Anyway, check them out when you get a chance. And sincere congratulations on your baby boy. Oh, thank you so much. All right, we're going a little heavy. These deep cuts, I'm loving them, but we're going really heavy with the rock, specifically the white rock. Anybody got like deep cuts on any sort of rap, any black music, country music, whatever you got? Anybody over there in Asia or in Europe, whatever you got, let me know. All right, that's going to be the podcast here. Stop watching the news. Get off social media unless you're, promoting the movie and the cartoon I have coming out this week, because it's all about me, people. It's not about defending 13-year-olds hanging up leaflets in a park. It's not about that. It's not about portly fucking 60-year-old bike riders. Those dumb fucking... Why do you need those shoes? Can I look that up before I sign off here? What is the advantage of those stupid bike shoes? Your feet don't slip out of the fucking pedals. It's like, how fast are you pedaling? Why don't you fucking go into a higher gear, you dumb... Why are bike racing shoes connected to pedals? Modern cycling is designed to work with the clipless pedal system. Such system temporarily connect the shoe and the pedal like a ski binding. Blah, 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 blah. Do you need special pedals? This is what I really was at. Pedal compatibility. Why do you need these? Does it really... Okay, clipless bike shoes. Do they make you go faster? Clipless bike shoes necessary or stupid? Okay, clipless pedals, really required? I mean, really? All right, here we go. This is the tone I was looking for. I use flat pedals, always have. I am extremely fit and am confident that even on a light hybrid commuter, I can beat the most amateurs. All right, this guy's talking shit right out of the gate. Not to sound like a jerk, that's just how it seems. I have a Racer full carbon, only had it a month. I hear some people say there's no point of a road bike without clipless, which I think is a stupid comment, as it doesn't make sense. I can get the point where efficiency can be lost, but it does not necessarily mean surely that my ride speed, power, etc. will be less than other people. A ride is more complicated than pedals, and my understanding of athletics events is that generally about 70% is metal and the rest is physical. Oh, mental, sorry. All right, this person says they make a huge difference. In simple terms, you can apply more power more of the time, essential to your whipping motion on the bottom of the stroke. Oh, so I see. So when the pedal's coming back up, there's that moment where your foot would come off the pedal. This keeps it on it more. So you're actually able to pull it up. You know what? That makes sense. Look at that. I stand corrected. So God bless that 60-year-old assaulting those children.